So yeah, road trips are massive for 2026.
Yeah, really popular trend, aren't they?
Really popular. I think people just want to do a little bit different things, aren't they? And
Yeah, and
lengthen their stay.
feel like you're exploring a bit and not kind of in the same spot for the whole time.
Yeah, definitely. I've done a couple. The first one I did was South Africa, which is sort of the traditional route, you know, that Cape Town Garden route, which was great.
Sorry to interrupt, but I was going to say, I guess it's quite a good one because you drive on the same side of the road, don't you?
Yeah, it's a good first one, actually.
Unfamiliar, it's also a bit familiar.
Exactly, yeah. But then I've done a couple that are a bit off the beaten track, a little bit different to the usual.
Yeah.
I did one in just the state of Colorado itself, rather than going around, and then the state of Victoria in Australia, which was great. But Colorado really surprised me. Well, they both did, but Colorado really surprised me.
Yeah, and I mean, when you said you were going to do one there, I'll be honest, I was a bit like, what?
Why?
What are you doing? Like, what is there to see apart from like maybe Denver? Like, I didn't know a great deal about it, but
and I'd been to Colorado before skiing, so I just thought it was all mountains and Denver, really.
Those are the two things.
Yeah. But actually, there was so much there to see, and we started in Durango, which was like a short 45-hour flight down from Denver, and you could just see all mountains outside of the plane. It was a really choppy flight, you know, because it was all mountains. Airport was tiny, you know, really, really small. But it was like a old Western type town. All saloon, you know, there was like saloons on the corner.
Oh, cute, and, like the little doors.
Yeah,
yeah.
So you felt like you was in the Wild Wild West like years ago. And it was really nice because you board a New Mexico in that part of Colorado. So there are lots of Mexican food. So it's got a huge, what's the word? Like, not theme, but Mexican influence. That's what I call it. And we got to make like chili jam and, you know, things that they put in Mexican food. But it really did feel like you're stepping back in time a little bit into like the Wild West. And we did a walking tour in Durango actually, where they showed us what famous sort of Western films were filmed there. Yeah, so it was really interesting to see. Yeah. And from there, you can get a train that's like an old steam train, and the views are incredible. They follow the river, the Colorado River, all around sort of the winding mountain tracks, I guess. To a place called Silverton, Silvertown, and it's an old mining town, and there's like 300 people that live there, and it's still like dirt track roads. So you really do feel like you're going back in time in something really different. So that was really, really good. So we did a couple of days there before moving on to a place called Montrose. But again, there the drives are really nice, really scenic, empty roads.
Wow.
You know, it's really, really nice like that. And Montrose we only did one night because there's a Black River Gorges National Park there, and the views there are incredible. But there's also, and with the US, I never really think of history and US. I never combine the both. But there's Mesa Verde National Park nearby as well.
So the national park, is that known for like animals or is it scenery?
It's more views. It's a bit like the Grand Canyon. I think actually it might connect onto the Grand Canyon.
Right.
So it's just
like really dramatic.
Really dramatic coastline views. But there's also Mesa Verde National Park nearby, and that's ancient ruins. And as I said, like, I never really think of the US to have history, like ancient history. But it was like going into Pompeii, like Italy. Like they're thousands of years old, and there's like towns in rocks, like rock formation. So it's quite fascinating, really. Or a history buff.
Exactly. Love to learn a little bit.
And you get to walk around it. You can still see all the buildings and the doors like around it. So it's really, really like interesting to see, and a bit eye-opening because, again, I didn't think that sort of thing existed in the States.
And silly question, but so is it like deserted now? Like no one lives there?
Yeah, no one
lives
lives
there. It's just
preserved
and
no one's lived there for thousands of years.
Right. Okay.
But
Do you know why
definitely worth a
they
visit.
left?
That's a fact that's lost
Yet to be
on
found
me.
out. Okay. That's just me being nosy.
But so we only did one night there, so we could just visit those two national parks nearby. But it's a good sort of stopover because you don't want to drive for too long, do you? And then we visited a place called Purgatory, which is a mountain resort. And again there, where I'd done skiing in Colorado before, I just assumed it would be skiing and nothing in the summer. Because I used to live in Austria and it was ski by winter, but farmland by summer,
Okay,
so it wasn't really a big thing.
Yeah.
Whereas there was like a mountain resort where you could do like biking, stuff like that.
Right,
We didn't.
like do the trails and stuff.
Yeah, we didn't. We just sort of relaxed
Looked at it.
and looked at it. Yeah, went up on the chairlift
Yeah.
and sort of got the nice views and things
Yeah.
like that. Had a drink up there.
Nice.
But that was nice to see as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, there was loads of activities to do there. So if you are into like sport and stuff, then
Yeah.
it's ideal. And then from there we went over to Glenwood Springs, and Glenwood Springs has natural springs and they're all open air. So I think in the winter it'd be a really good
that's
like
true.
experience because it's nice to
Yeah.
have that cold air, isn't it?
Yeah,
when
but
you're
then
in the
be
springs,
in the
the hot
warm.
springs, yeah. And it was nice in the summer still. But from there we did whitewater rafting.
Oh, is that what you did
Which is
it? I
incredible.
remember you saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was really scared about doing it
was-
actually
yeah.
because they were level 4, I think.
Oh, the rapids.
Yeah, and it only goes up to level
Jeez.
5, and I'd never done it before.
What about with the briefing? Because I always think with things like that, when like the actual briefing is worse than the actual doing it,
100%.
because they're like
100%.
scare when
Yeah.
they're not scaring you, but it's.
Well, they sort of tell you to sort of force your foot under sort of the seat in front. And oh god,
Yeah.
but what if it comes out? What am I going to do? But actually, it was fine.
Yeah.
And you just sort of hold on for dear life and go down.
So you
these
haven't got to like
rapids.
paddle, you're just holding
Oh
on.
no, we had to paddle as well.
Oh,
yeah, no,
jeez.
it's hard work.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of me like that with a paddle, like looking terrified. And it was freezing. Like the actual weather was hot, but
God.
the water was freezing because
Yeah.
of snow melt. But this was like end of August,
Snow melt.
so
Wow.
it was still absolutely freezing.
Yeah.
But we didn't really know how cold it was because you only get like bits on you, you know.
Yeah.
But we stopped and they said, "Oh, jump in, like get in." Great, yeah, it still sounds lovely. And then you get in, it's like takes your breath away where it was so cold.
Yeah.
But worth doing. It was a really good experience, and I'd absolutely do another whitewater.
Would you?
Yeah.
Crikey.
I thought it was really good.
Okay. Yeah.
And the briefing was terrifying,
Yeah.
but the actual
was that the
experience
worst
itself,
part? Would you say?
100%. That was
Knowing
the worst
all the
part.
dangers that you're going into.
Because they tell you the dangers, don't they?
Yes,
If
they
you
do.
fall
You have
out,
to,
you might
like,
hit your head on
sign
a
it.
rock, that sort of thing. But that never happened to anyone, luckily. So that was really good.
Yeah.
And then from there we went on to Denver. And
Mm-hmm.
I had been to Denver before, but years and years ago. So it was nice to see it as an adult again,
Yeah.
you know. And I didn't realise how much of like a foodie city it is, Denver. There's loads of food markets. A bit like Borough Market,
Oh,
but
yeah.
there's like several of them. So it's really, really nice for that. It's the Mile High City as well. A little fun fact about it. But they have open air stadiums like the Red Rock Stadium there, which is really famous.
Right.
And they have like,
What is it,
music
like
shows. And,
Oh, like music, is it? Or
yeah,
sports?
it's a theatre, but it's all built around like Red Rock.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Absolutely,
makes
yeah.
sense.
But it was whistle stop tour in Denver. We didn't have time there really, and then we flew home.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit different.
Definitely.
You know?
And I think especially now as well, like there's such a cowboy like theme or culture going on with the
Yeah.
music, and then like, you know, Yellowstone was a huge hit on Netflix. So
Yeah.
I think, you know, so many people are going to like Montana and Wyoming and stuff, but actually if you want that more, like you say, if a lot of Wild West films
Yeah,
were shot there,
loads.
like that's really authentic, like
Yeah.
cowboy, Wild West
and I think the
towns.
hotels as well. They're not like ultra luxury in
Yeah.
some of the places.
Yeah.
In Denver, you've got them, and like some of the areas, you've got them.
course.
But in the small places like Durango, instead
Yeah.
of staying in the ultra luxury, you can stay in like saloons, so you feel like you're a little
Yeah,
bit
like
like
really
part of
authentic.
the history.
Yeah. What do you think your favourite part was of that trip?
I think Durango actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved when I was a kid. My nan and granddad loved country and western.
Yep.
So it was a little bit like, this is nice. Like it's,
Yeah,
you know,
like a little bit familiar almost.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I really, really liked that area. And we went into saloons and they had what the secret bars? What are they
Oh,
called?
speakeasies.
So they had
Yeah.
speakeasies. You had to actually say a password to get in, where
Yeah.
they, you know, want to keep it a part of it.
Yeah.
So it all just felt a little bit different and
That's
oldie worldy.
nice. Did you do any line dancing?
No,
No,
definitely not.
but it was there.
It was there if I wanted it. Yeah.
Lovely.
But yeah,
nice.
no, I really enjoyed it. But you've done a US road trip as well, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, and we did our one partially by RV, and then we got a convertible for like the last bit. So we started in Vegas.
What did you think about the RV? Sorry.
So we got one that was much bigger than what we needed, because I personally didn't want to have a dining table that was then our bed at night.
Yeah.
And just be constantly like changing it and back again. So we got one where it had like a bed at the back, and then the dining little table area stayed the same. And then it was an RV that could take, I think it was 6
Oh, quite
adults.
big.
Because you had the bed, the dining bit, and then you had like a bit above where the driver's cab is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was actually really, really comfortable. Also, what was really nice, we got so lucky with this, it was brand new.
Oh,
fresh out the depot. No one had used the shower. No one had like used the kitchen sink or anything. So that made it feel quite nice as well. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the thing I didn't realise with an RV is, and there's all these little kind of, obviously the people who do it, you know, all year round or do it often share really, really good tips. And it's that you can't just put into Google Maps, I'm going from here to here. And there's this other kind of, it's like an app that we downloaded, and you put in the size of your RV, or if you're taking a caravan or whatever it might be, because it has to possibly reroute you depending on like any road weight limits or bridges. Oh. Yeah, so when I was initially planning the route, I made a little note of the like journey times. Yeah. And then when I put it into the RV app, it would add on like 2 hours because we'd have to go right round somewhere. So yeah, that was really good to learn. And also the amount of fuel it takes. So you might look at an RV and think, oh, it's a cheaper way of doing it. It normally works out versus if you were to drive and have like, stay in like little bed and breakfasts and stuff like that, just because obviously you're putting so much fuel in. And
you can't just drive outside the road and stay, can you? You have to. Yeah,
that's it. I think in some states you can. But we stayed at campsites each time just so we could hook up to the water and things like that. So we started in Vegas, that's where we picked up the RV. Then we drove to Sequoia National Park. We just did one night there, so like had a little wander around the area. Then we drove up to Yosemite National Park, and we stayed 2 nights there, and then we did the full day in, and there's like a museum in the middle of the park, and they've got like loads of info about bears and all the wildlife, and like when you like a little museum, like you walk around and read all the plaques. That was really good fun, learnt a lot there. And also with Yosemite, they've got the different routes, so you can do like an easy hike.
Oh, okay.
And then like
do you hike?
I did the easy hike.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's more of like a walk, but yeah. And then after there, we went to, where did we go? So Yosemite, then it was Lake Tahoe. And that so surprised me. Absolutely beautiful. And obviously it's a ski resort in the winter, and it was really amazing. We were there in the summer, so it's bright sunshine, you've got turquoise blue water on the lake, and then in the distance you can see the mountains of the trees, and then you've got like the little gaps between the trees where the skis. Yeah, where the runs are. So that was lovely. We had 2 nights there, and all around the campsite there you've got the signs saying, like bears, don't leave any food outside your tent or your RV or whatever, like it's got to be in a food safe container. No. Oh. I know, it would have been...
Should have left a bit of food out.
Yeah. Just on purpose. So that was Lake Tahoe. Then after there, we drove to Napa. That was beautiful. We had 2 nights there. We did like a little e-bike route around the vineyards, did some tasting. Really, really beautiful. And then we drove to San Francisco, and then we dropped off the RV at that point, and then got a taxi into the city. And then we had like a city central hotel, and really lovely city. And
I've been to San Fran. I really like it.
Yeah, really hilly.
Yeah.
We went and saw, Mrs. Doubtfire's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But,
and that road that goes like that down.
Yes. I've forgotten what it's called. But all the adverts. You remember the Sony advert with the...
That was all in San Fran, wasn't it?
Yeah,
with all
the
the balls.
Yeah. We did Alcatraz as well. Did you do that?
I did. Did you do it by day or night?
A day.
Oh, we did it by night.
Oh, was it a little bit spooky?
Well, I guess that's why they do it, but it was really good. I found it fascinating.
So interesting, the history, and then did the prisoners survive or not, the ones that escaped? Yeah. So that was good. And then we picked up a little convertible, and then we drove down the coast and went to Carmel-by-the-Sea, which was beautiful, really lovely coastal town. On the drive there as well, we detoured and did Big Sur, and it had just opened after sort of being closed for, I think, 2 years, I think. So it was really lovely to go over that and kind of get those really dramatic coastal views and kind of like the rugged coastline. And Carmel-by-the-Sea was so lovely. And here we would call it like, you get villages where they're like chocolate box.
Yeah.
They called it a storybook So that's their little version of it, and they were like really twee little houses. They've got no traffic lights, no traffic lights, so that it keeps it really kind of like authentic and oldie worldy.
Was it a busy place, like Carmel?
It was quite busy with tourists. Yeah, I mean, to live there, it's a really affluent area. So the houses are so expensive, so beautiful, but it does attract a lot of tourism.
Yeah.
And it's just full of like little independent restaurants and bars, loads of galleries. It's like a really artsy place. And there's like quite a famous golf course, I think, there. Really nice to just wander around, but it was quite busy. But even the map of the like town was like watercolour, and it was just it's just a little bit fancy. And then we flew home from, is it San Jose? San Jose.
Oh.
I don't know how to pronounce it. San Jose.
Yeah.
San Jose.
I don't know.
SJC.
Don't hold me to that.
Yeah, and that was the end of our trip. So it was right, you know, we had the city, and then we had national parks, we had vineyards, and then we had the coast as well. So it was a really nice balance.
It covers off really different experiences, doesn't it? Did you have a favourite part of that?
I think probably Napa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was expecting to say the lake.
Yeah, I did really enjoy Lake Tahoe as well, but I think Napa, it was so nice to just go out on the bikes. It was so easy to cycle around. Like the roads weren't busy. All the houses around there are really beautiful as well. They're kind of that, almost like that Spanish influence kind of thing. And it was just lovely to just rock up somewhere and have a glass of something local.
Yeah.
And like, obviously it was sunny. It was just, it was beautiful. But I mean, you did, because you also did a road trip in Australia, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you do many vineyards when you went there?
We did cover some. And it was the state of Victoria where I did the road trip. So again, lots of people would sort of choose Sydney and do that area or Gold Coast.
It's a little bit different.
But yeah, I went there long. So I did sort of really put everything into a short amount of time.
Squeeze it in.
So I've definitely got to go back to Australia to do more. But we started in Melbourne, and it really felt like home from home. It was quite odd because it's obviously a long way to go.
Yeah.
But then it feels very English.
Okay,
Yeah, so you automatically like sort of feel at ease with everything. But it's a very wanderable city, so you can walk around, and that is exactly what we did. We did a walking tour there, and they've got lots of lanes. A bit like Brighton. They've got lots of lanes that you can walk through, and arcades, but not like gaming arcades. You know, like the old-fashioned arcades with sort of small boutique shops inside. So really, really nice. And there's loads of history to Melbourne. And like beautiful buildings as well. So if you're into architecture, it's a great city to be in.
Yeah.
But the first morning we arrived, we did a hot air balloon. And bearing in mind we got there, you know how long the flight is to Melbourne. Yeah. And we had to get up at 4 a.m. to go on a hot air balloon over sunrise over the city. But it was well worth it.
I didn't even think you could do a hot air balloon like so close to a city.
I mean, it's just slightly out, I guess.
Yeah, but still, like, close enough.
Yeah. But it was incredible views over the city, and definitely worth doing. But maybe on like day 2 or 3, once you've got a chance to rest a bit. Yeah. So that was really worth doing. But also, it's like the coffee capital of Australia, Melbourne. So if you're into coffee, then there's like coffee shops everywhere. And oh god, the name's gone for what their coffee is. But you just got to have that wherever you go to keep you wired from the jet lag.
Especially if you're having jet lag.
Yeah. So we did 2 nights there to start, just to sort of acclimatise to the time difference and things. And then we went out to a place called Ballarat, which is a couple of hours drive. Everywhere in Australia, it's a few hours drive. It might look like that on the map, but it's like a really long way. But Ballarat is the old sort of gold rush town. So a bit like Durango, I guess. Like, it felt like quite oldie worldy. But there was lots of nature and like wildlife there. You'd see like kangaroos like hopping around and things like that. So
that's what you want
a really, really nice town. But we sort of just went through it rather than stopped there. And we was on the way to the Grampians, which is a mountain range or a national park. And that's where we did the wine the wine tour.
Yeah.
So we stayed on a vineyard. And we had the best charcuterie board I've ever had in my life, when food just keeps on coming.
Yeah.
And it just cheers you up every time she walks around the corner with a new little tray of food.
Bit of meat or cheese.
The best. So that was a great stop and highly recommend. But the Grampians as well, I suppose it's a bit like most mountain national parks where they have like lots of driving viewing points around.
Yes, yeah.
But with Australia, where you had bear signs in Lake Tahoe, here it's like venomous snake sign, or you know, kangaroos crossing. Like they're really unusual signs because of the wildlife there. So that was interesting. But yeah, so yeah, definitely worth going out to the Grampians. And then from there we went down to oh god, what was the place called? We might have stayed in the Grampians actually, but we visited.
Or like a day out, perhaps.
Yeah,
from there.
I'm sure it was. We visited like an old Aboriginal site that was there, and we had, you know, their food of choice, I guess, because it was of ease of fishing and catching, was eel.
Okay.
So
Have you ever had eel before?
Well, we had.
Had you had it prior to then?
Never.
Okay, yeah.
No. So we did like a tour of the grounds, which was fascinating, like how they, you know, lived and sort of fished for the eel and sort of traded with it, and you know. And then after we had like a lunch, but everything was eel, like eel pate, eel, deep fried eel. You know, every way you could think of, we had it in eel form.
Gee, and did you have to eat it? Did you?
Well, I tried it.
Yeah.
But it just tasted. It didn't taste like chicken. I don't think it tasted like chicken.
It
didn't
fish?
taste like chicken. It was a bit fishy. But
like
yeah.
Like seafood or like a fish?
Like a fish.
Right.
Yeah, but meaty.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't have it again. But I'm glad I tried it. But it was good there because you walk around and that was all outside, and again there, like nature and wildlife was great. Like we saw koalas like wandering around, and like when they're walking, like, hobbling from one to another. And then we saw a few venomous snakes, like top 5 venomous I think it was.
What, does someone like point them out? Or?
Yeah, but you couldn't see it. So you know, if you're like wandering and come across it, it would be
you'd be none the wiser.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So that was really interesting. And then from there we visited the Great Ocean Road. So we stayed in a really small town at the start of the Great Ocean Road there, which had natural springs. Yes, that was really, really nice as well. What I found with Australia though, outside of the cities, is they love an early night.
So there's perfect for
me.
like an early night. Yes.
So there's not a lot of nightlife if you're outside of the cities. But it's all about getting up early, getting out.
Right, season the day.
So that does work well for me. But just be aware that it's like quiet of a night time. But then the Great Ocean Road was really, really nice road to drive around. And we stopped.
Long, sorry.
It is quite long. I don't know how long it is in terms of like.
But would it be like half a day and you would complete it?
It's a long day. Right. We did actually drive from where we were. I don't know if that's the actual like official start of the Great Ocean Road. But we did drive back to Melbourne that day, and it was a long drive, like all day. But we did stop off, so we stopped off at the 12 Apostles. And I think there's only 6 or 7 standing, so they're not technically 12 Apostles anymore. But still really impressive like viewpoints. We did a helicopter ride over 12 Apostles, which was really nice. Best way to see it.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. How long were you up for?
It was probably about 20 minutes, 15-20 minute flight.
Decent time, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's quite a long
stretch.
Yeah, so you go right down and like right back up again. So that was really, really worth doing just for the views alone. And then from there we drove back to Melbourne. We did stop off en route, like, you know, in little towns that you can ordinarily stop off, but I just didn't have the time to do it. But Melbourne's a great place, and it's such a foodie city again. That, you know, perfect. And there you do have a bit of nightlife, so
you've got a bit more going on if you want
really well there.
And so that was, like you say, that was just the state of Victoria. Like, do you want to go back to Australia?
Absolutely.
Where else?
I was there for 7 nights.
7 nights.
So that
and
was
how
it.
many? You must have moved around, what, 3 times, 4 times?
3 or 4 times. So it was pretty exhausting. But it was excellent. I did Singapore on the way back, and that felt like another little like needed holiday. But I definitely want to go back. I want to do Sydney, Gold Coast.
Nice. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So that'll be your next one, hopefully.
That's the next one down there,
Yeah, lovely.
But it's always a trip that I never really think that I would enjoy, actually, a road trip. But every single time I do, I love them. And I want to do more. But
definitely. I think I'd like to, like, for the next one, still keeping west a little bit, but do Canada. And I've booked it, you know, for customers, but also including my dad. And I just really want to do the Rockies, and I really want to do Vancouver Island, the Wickenish Inn.
Yeah,
looks
amazing.
beautiful. And hopefully try and see some bears.
Hopefully this time.
Hopefully,
Yeah.